Well, people, good morning. I am Franchise Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. It is June 22nd, the day after. We're looking at Pete Hegseth. He spoke this morning to the nation and the world about America's move yesterday. America's move. And people, all I can do is thank God for this decode because it's off the chain. Somewhere between 8:03 and 8:04, this man began to speak. And you guys know I teach the 5 C's. The clues, the codes, the colors, the confirmation, time, and conclusion. And lately I've been talking about how they're cueing you in. Man, when you think of 84, you think of 1984, right? You think of a dystopian world. You think about Barack Obama possibly being the Antichrist because he was born on August 4th. What are the odds they would start this? You guys know who've been with me for a while. You know, many times I tell you to look for the time that they start these press conferences, whether it's a mayor or a governor or something international, they do speak. You're gonna ask yourself at the end of this video, was this all part of a plan and orchestrated from yesterday? You guys know I talked about Donald Trump, that he spoke for exactly 4 minutes and 18 seconds. 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Need to go back to that. Many of you guys don't get my videos. You don't get the feed. So let me go to it. Be worth getting into it.
They coordinate stuff.
It's just amazing. This has got to be.
This brilliant device.
This has got to be fallen angel technology, right? AI, fallen angel technology, for them to be this precise. We have Trump here. We have him here. And he literally spoke for a time period, mind-blowing. And all I did was put it together.
2025.
He spoke for 4 minutes and 18 seconds, and I made it a date. See that, April 18th, 2024? I made it a date. And yesterday's strike was June 21st of 2025. The difference is 1 year and 65 days. What is 165? The 165th day of the year, people, is June 14th, that's Trump's birthday. Literally, I talked about it. Trump spoke for 4 minutes and 18 seconds, and I made it 4:18. What are the odds? 4:18 versus yesterday's date gives you Trump's birthday. And now we got this. August 4th. But check this out. I want you guys to see something. I want you to listen to this guy's response in terms of the actions taken. Then I have another surprise in terms of the math to show you guys. Check this out.
Nuclear weapon by the 13 years into the deal. President Trump to have a nuclear weapon. In fact, it was President Obama who said back in 2009, the United States will use all elements of our national power to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. And that is what we just did. We have given Iran a long time, probably far too long, to engage in diplomacy and reach a deal that would credibly and verifiably give up its nuclear program. It reached a deal in 2015 that was a disastrous deal that actually, as President Obama admitted, would allow Iran to walk right up to the threshold of a nuclear weapon by the 13 years into the deal. President Trump withdrew from that deal and gave Iran a chance to negotiate a better one. President Biden tried to negotiate a better deal with Iran. President Trump came back into office and again tried to negotiate with Iran. And each time Iran has not taken the opportunity that was offered to it. After Israel began its operations 10 days ago, again, the world gave it another chance. Let's end this war. Let's talk. And Iran has continued to refuse that offer of diplomacy. And that led to where...
So that's where we're at. So we went in. There's a brief history. Biden, Obama, Trump the first time is number 45. Man, how many, what age, 16 plus years trying to negotiate with Iran? It built up and then they made a move. How do you feel? Was it necessary? Was it not necessary? We can take a poll, put in the comment section, let me know what you think, but let me show you something. Because there was a poll already done. President Trump ordered U.S. strikes. Look at the number. 84% said yeah. Come on, you can laugh this morning. I get it. Barack Obama was born August 4th. George Orwell, 1984. You know, it's laughable after a while. Now, let me show you something. I got to do it on my calculator right away. I really did. I'm going to show you why. Because America has 340.1 million people in population. 340 million. Now, don't ask me why I did this, but I'm going to show you something. You see this here? I did 0.84 because it was 84%, right? And I just, for some reason, times it 340 million in America. 84 times 340 million. They gave me 285. So I looked at 285 as like a date. I took 285 from the 340 million. That gave me 55. Well, Julius Caesar died at 55 years old. But wait. Watch this. I carried over a number. That 285.6, I made it 286. Like I said, I was doodling. So I took 286 as a year, as a date. The 286th day of the year is October 13th, with 79 days left over. What is 79? Trump is 79 years old. Don't ask me how I did it, but it all starts with this, 84. And again, I got the doodling in relation to 340 million. And you see the breakdown, it's right there in your face. 79, it comes down to Trump, don't it? But that's not all that comes down to Trump. Watch this. Pete Hegseth, he spoke, right? He spoke this morning. He spoke. Here he is, he spoke. Let's go down this rabbit hole because it's deep. You see his birthday? June 6, 1980. This is so perfect, people. It's astounding. 6/6/1980, that's Pete Hegseth's birthday. Yesterday was 6/21/2025. America launched its strike. The difference is 45 years and 2-2. Trump was the 45th president. And what is 2-2? Remember iPet Goat 2? There's a V in his head. V is the 22nd letter of the alphabet. Barack Obama is sweating in iPet Goat 2 because something is about to happen. The American flag literally shreds in half. You see that? You see the flag shredding in half? America's going through turbulence. and everything behind it begins to fall. Are these symbolic of like twin towers? Because we're in a WAR now. Could Iran strike back and this would be the result? It's something about looking at this flag right now that really makes you think more, because you see the flagpole? There's a part of the flag that's shredded. There's the remaining flag. And look, it says midnight. And I just did a video last night about the midnight, right? I did doomsday. Trump struck Iran, doomsday. But I digress. When you look at this here now, you should see things differently. These are the two new flagpoles that Trump just put up. They're 88 feet tall. If Trump is unalive, the flags go at half stance. That means they're at 44 feet. 44 is Barack Obama. It's deep, y'all. But let me hasten on, because I wanna really get into this here. Now, you have Pete Hegseth was approved January 24th of 2025. Take January 24th, 2025, approved by Congress. Yesterday's date is 6/21. The difference is 4-4. Barack Obama is the 44th president. Listen to him.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning. Last night, on President Trump's orders, U.S. Central Command conducted a precision strike in the middle of the night against 3 nuclear facilities in Iran, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan, in order to destroy or severely degrade Iran's nuclear program. And as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs will demonstrate, it was an incredible and overwhelming success. The order we received from our commander-in-chief was focused, it was powerful, and it was clear. We devastated the Iranian nuclear program. But it's worth noting the operation did not target Iranian troops or the Iranian people. For the entirety of his time in office, President Trump has consistently stated for over 10 years that Iran must not get a nuclear weapon.
This is the sale, people. This is the sale. Remember the sale. Iran's response.
The Islamic Republic of Iran condemns in the strongest terms the United States' brutal military aggression against Iran's peaceful nuclear facilities. It is an outrageous, grave, and unprecedented violation of the fundamental principles of the Charter of the United Nations and international law. The warmongering and lawless administration in Washington is solely and fully responsible for the dangerous consequences.
So many will be saying, how can they come out with this outlandish feel when America has been trying to negotiate between the last 3 presidents? But then you have some out here that say, look, America, how can you say that we can't have this and that in terms of our weaponry, but yet you got it? You can go back and forth all day, right? Benjamin Netanyahu, what did he say?
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised U.S. involvement in the ongoing war between Iran and Israel.
History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons.
Iran's foreign minister slammed President Trump in remarks made early Sunday.
President Trump was elected on a...
Now, Pete Hegseth spoke, and then watch who speaks, because I'm going to show you his numbers. This decode is going to blow your mind going forward, these numbers. It's just off the chain. It's too perfect.
Iran every single opportunity, and unfortunately was met by stonewalling, which is why he gave them plenty of time to continue to come to the table and give up enrichment, give up the nuclear program. But there was I won't say the particular moment, there was certainly a moment in time where he realized that it had to be a certain action taken in order to minimize the threat to us and our troops. Yeah.
General, you say that General Carrillo increased force protection in Iraq. In congressional,
They were notified after the planes were safely out. Well, we complied with the notification requirements of the War Powers Act.
They were notified.
They were forced.
Mike Huckabee for Vinia. What?
Okay, skip over that.
Thank every service member, planner, operator that made this mission possible. Their actions reflect the highest standards of the United States Armed Forces. This operation was designed to severely degrade Iran's nuclear weapons infrastructure. It was planned and executed across multiple domains and theaters with coordination that reflects our ability to project power globally with speed and precision at the time and place of our nation's choosing. This was a highly classified mission with very few people in Washington knowing the timing or nature of this plan. I'll refer you to the graphic on the side as I walk you through some of the operational details. At midnight Friday into Saturday morning, a large B-2 strike package comprised of bombers launched from the continental United States. As part of a plan to maintain tactical surprise, part of the package proceeded to the west and into the Pacific as a decoy, a deception effort known only to an extremely small number of planners and key leaders here in Washington.
It's called Operation Midnight Hammer. And I don't think they should be talking about how they did a decoy and different strategies. Tell me how you feel. I just think that some things got to be close to the hip between certain people because, look, like I said the other day in the video, by Trump giving a 2-week notice and then 4 or 5 days later striking, he did a MJ head fake, a Kobe Bryant head fake, and then boom, got it done. Now you're telling the open public and everybody else that you did a decoy. And look, you don't do those. I don't understand what's up with America, but I don't get it. I don't get it. When you win the Super Bowl or you're trying to go further in the playoffs, you don't tell them how you do it. I digress, but watch these numbers. John Daniel Kane, American Air Force General, that's him. He's born August 10th, 1968. August 10th, 1968. That's him. That's who spoke. August 10th, 2024, his last birthday. Yesterday's attack, 6/21/2025. What if I told you between the day he's born, anniversary, versus yesterday's attack is exactly 45 weeks, and Trump's the 45th president? What are the odds? 6/21/2025, day of attack. Barack Obama's next birthday, August 4th, 2025. The difference is 44 days. He's the 44th president, right? Barack Obama. And watch this. This is going to really trip you out. Marco Rubio, May 28th, 1971. That's his birthday. I want you to look at his eyes. To me, they look soft and natural, don't they? That was a long time ago, evidently. May 28th. Watch this. May 28th, 2024, his last birthday. Yesterday's strike, 6/21. The difference is 55 weeks and 5 days. Trump is mirroring the Roman Empire like Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar died at 55 years old. It has been said that Trump says the word 555 a lot, the numbers. But look, Marco Rubio, I'm gonna show you something. This thing is called Operation Midnight Hammer. what they did last night. So I'll put it in geometry calculator. Operation Midnight Hammer, the date 6/21/2025, United States military. Come out to 555, just like Marco Rubio. Isn't that something? But wait, watch this. When they come out, I want you to look at Marco Rubio's eyes.
Time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's.
I've been noticing it for a while, but this is the first time I brought it out. He looks like a trans type state. I put in the comment section if you had noticed it before this as well. Something doesn't look right with Rubio. It just doesn't. I mean, and if you compare it to when he ran for president back in the day, I just there's something different. Now check this out. It's called Operation Midnight Hammer, right? What they did last night, the Army. Look at this, people. Operation Midnight Hammer, yesterday's date, 6/21/2025, come out to 165. What is 165? The 165th day of the year is June 14th. That's Trump's birthday. Do you hear me? That makes these numbers make a lot of sense now, don't it? 79 days left. Trump. It's all about Trump and Obama, according to the numbers. I mean, look at this. Operation Midnight Hammer, come out to 165. The 165th day of the year is June 14th. That's Trump's birthday. People, these gotta be fallen angels we dealing with. Nothing comes out this precise like this, people. And thank God that it rolled off my lips a few weeks ago. What are we looking at? Have fallen angels gotten into the White House? Are they in the leadership positions? Fallen angel? It's gotta be, people. There's no way in the world these numbers are coming out like this. This is just simple thought. Operation Midnight Hammer and the date, 165. But look, 1984, George Orwell. I had to think about that because once they get a lock on everything and get the new system set up, the Antichrist system of 666, WAR brings it in so they can bring in their dystopian society. The book was created 6/8/1949. 6/8/1949, Barack Obama's birthday, literal 8/4/1961. The difference is 444. Where have we seen that before? I have a Jay-Z photograph. Jay-Z. A crown of thorns on his head, 444. 4 and 4 is 8. Then you got a 4. August 4th, Barack Obama. Is that coincidence? It could have multiple meanings, but I see the same thing, 444. You mean to tell me you took Barack Obama's date, birthday, literally, subtracted from 1984? Oh yeah, I've done videos on this guy before, George Orwell. I got to do another one, update it so I can show you guys what's going on. All right, we're almost done. This is the meeting and the final agreement that Trump had with Iran back in the day, July 14th, 2015. Okay, July 14th, 2015. Watch this. And then Israel struck Iran June 13th of 2025. Watch this. 7/14/2026, the anniversary of the deal from 2015 versus a few weeks ago when Israel struck Iran, 6/13. The difference is 111. Starting to see a pattern? Okay. Remember the Pope died on the 111th day of the year, April 21st? And tonight is the basketball game. National Basketball Championship games. Okay. Who won the last NBA game?
Last Thursday, the Thunder lost to the...
The last game was 108-91. We just celebrate the 108th birthday of JFK. Numbers are speaking in these games. You see that? Thunder beat the Pacers back in the day. That was June 13th. Wow. In fact, when you think about it, June 13th, what a coincidence. June 13th, that's when Israel launched an attack on Iran. Look at that, people. On June 13th. And that score was 111. And look at this here. Here's another one. 111. Are you starting to see some things? Is this coincidence? 111. Tonight's score will probably be significant in relation to the war. They speak through sports, people. And I believe the Thunder will win by the numbers. We'll see. Either way, I'll decode it. Thunder. When you think of thunder, you think about lightning. Luke 10:18 talks about what? Jesus seeing Satan being hurled out of heaven like lightning. 10:18. And remember, Akhenaten, the Egyptian king, looks just like Barack Obama. And he was the 10th ruler of the 18th dynasty. 10:18. God bless.